Good evening. So today's practical, I am going to discuss about the demonstration of effect of CNS suppression and skeletal muscle relaxant drug on mice using Rota rod apparatus. You know, a Rota rod apparatus is just a design of rotating rod in that a chamber where the animal mice or rat can be placed for their movement like a skeletal muscle activity. So a drug having CNS suppression or some drug which affect on the muscles, relax their muscle and may cause their muscle performance during the Rota rod. So objective of this experiment to demonstrate effect of CNS stimulation or CNS suppression or skeletal muscle relaxation drug on mice using Rota rod apparatus. So just when going on click on the next button, you will see. So there yeah, so it is horizontally mounted one rod in the different type of chamber. You can see there are 5 chamber, and everyone plays with the digital counting. So you will see the floor of the each compartment has sensor that activate the timer. When the animal is placed on the floor, fall down on the floor, the timer will be stopped and the number of count will be stopped. So you can see the number of count as a their muscle activity. So the principle behind this experiment that loss of motor coordination which affect the CNS drug, CNS depression and skeletal muscle relaxation lead to decrease in the fall of time and decrease in the number of free riding. So a drug, if it is a depression and muscle relaxation, then so fall time will be decreased. Initially maybe it is the 10 second, then it will be effect of CNS depression or still muscle relaxation, that time will be 2 to 4 seconds. So thus the lesser fall of time and less number of free riding. Free riding means there is movement just like riding with the rod with the muscle grip. So decrease in the less number of free riding indicate that administered drug has seen a depression or muscle relaxation activity. Similarly, you can perform an example experiment with the unknown drug which can be compared with the known muscle relaxation activity. So there is some precautions also with the experiment. You will see in that one day prior to experimentation, mice are placed selected by placing them on the Rota rod so that they can see that their muscle is proper or not, so animal is healthy or not. This is circle is called as free riding. So in free riding, the mouse hold the rotating rod and rotate with its, hence free riding are considered as a sensitive parameter related to grip strength. So by knowing this precaution, you can go with the experiment. So experiment, there is instruction that you have to select two group, one containing each containing 5 in each group, which has been randomly selected and allotted two group. So one drug treated and one is vehicle. Vehicle means a drug soluble material. It means a mice group having no drug and another group having no any drug. So you can compare the effect of drug on the muscle strength or not. So there is some steps you have to follow. Select the animal on to be treated with vehicle or drug dependent upon group and administered the respective treatment. And after 30 minutes of the treatment, load the mice on the Rota rod compartment and start the button to rod. As a mouse fall off from the rod, the fall of time is displayed at the timer. Also observe the mice for free rotation. You can count the free rotation. So this is two group, one is vehicle treated, one is drug treated. You have to administer simultaneously. You can see this is the intraperitoneal administration in the mice with the drug that is given having effect on CNS suppression or skeletal muscle relaxant. So similarly, vehicle means simple water or maybe sterile water for injection. They can be administered for the after 30 minutes. You can go with the vehicle treatment. If it is vehicle treated, you have to pick the mice. You can see the mouse having free riding, and similarly you can have some reading. Similarly, you can see there are different fall of time. If it is a fall of time is there, you can count. So it is counting is going on 19, 20. If it is a fall time, the time will be stopped. So accordingly, this mice will be fall down. So you have to wait till the first fall down is there, and accordingly you have to count. So free riding, you can also count with the free riding. Now maybe I started with the free riding, this mice having some activity like free riding. Yeah, one is fall down at 48 seconds, so you have to put follow up time is the 48. You have to type with the mouse, and accordingly you can see this is a free riding there, one for the mice number one. You have to count it simultaneously. You can change the data by entering with the mouse. This is fall down is 65, so 65 is there. Free riding, you have to monitor simultaneously or with the group of student. So it means what? A vehicle treated mice is a normal mice actually, and they having some muscle, more strong muscle, and they having free riding more and more, 3 to 4, 3, 4, and fall down at 84. Similarly, their free riding is going on. So you can see this is the fourth free riding, and simultaneously we have to see their falling time. The free riding is going on with that, and it is 2, and it having fall down of 98, and they have fall down at 97, and the free riding is 2. So you can put it there 0 if it isn't no 4. Then you have to go with the next. So you have to select the drug treated. Now the drug treated mice is started with the rotation. You can see the mice is going to rotate, or maybe some fall down is there, so it is quicker. It is at 8 count. This is fall down is there 8. There is no free riding still. You have to close the monitor their time. This is the 23 second, or better to wait for only for the free riding counting, because the time is stopped when it is fall down. The platform it is constant. So free riding is there. One of the second mice having free riding 1, and there is no free riding with this fifth mice. So you have to wait till it is fall down. Yeah, so it is fall down. There is no free riding. So on average you have to write there, and their time is 39, then there 37, and 8, 23, and 49. So you have to go as per instruction. Now go to the observation tab. You have entered everything in this section. Now go to observation tab. So you have entered there vehicle treated mice average, and diazepam. Diazepam is a drug which having CNS suppression and muscle relaxant activity. So you can see by the comparing this data, you have a free riding average up to, there is a free riding less with the diazepam. Similarly, the follow-up time is 78, and now the follow-up time is 31. So what is the conclusion? So you have a conclusion that the observed decrease in fall time and free riding show that diazepam at 1 mg IV dose exert decrease in motor coordination and decrease in the muscle strength. So this is the overall experiment. You can write in as a conclusion. Similarly, you can perform one another unknown drug if it is compared with the diazepam. So you have to just submit, then no, and some there skip. You have to skip that post test. So now I'm closing this as a practical.